And I'm Mark Fisher.
So Mark, you just finished your tournament like 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks
right?
ago, we finished the last event on lacrosse. Yeah.
Okay, so we came walking down here and you're supposed to have 3 boats down here.
Yeah, and they're not my 3 boats. I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression.
Right,
I
sorry.
rent out, I've got a 3-car garage down in my barn, and I rent out the other 2 spaces to some buddies who keep their boats here, but my stall is completely empty.
And these guys, they fish like local tournaments, right?
They fish local tournaments, and they've had these boats for years, and they keep their boat here during the winter and everything else. Yeah.
So where's your boat?
My boat currently is up in Wisconsin, getting a little bit of touch-up done to the fiberglass because...
Oh, that's nice. So
yeah.
it's getting touched up for your next year.
No, it's already sold. I've already sold the boat. The first thing that happens is I get done with tournament season. The very first thing that happens is the wrap comes off of it.
Okay.
And
what's a wrap?
The decals that have all the sponsor names and all of that.
Okay.
So, and we can do a different video about wraps and things like that. But the first, like I said, first thing is the wrap comes off of it. The very next thing is you go over the boat. The wrap does a nice job of protecting the boat. Not only does it advertise my sponsors, but it does a nice job of protecting the boat from little scratches and things like that. But when I pull the wrap off, one of the things I need to do is go very closely across the boat. If there's been any scratches, I always want to get that boat back to showroom quality before I sell it to the person who's buying the boat. And so I got my fiberglass guy up in Wisconsin doing that. I'll get the boat back in a week, and then the boat will go to its new home.
Okay, so you have to sell the boat yourself.
Right. I think that's really what there's a lot of guys who say, oh man, it must be nice to get a new boat every year.
Well, it must be.
Yeah, well, I think what people don't realize is it's not about getting a new boat every year. It's about, what I am is, Twin Lakes Marina is my marina. They're a marina. They sell 20 boats a year, something like that, or more, and that's their job, is to sell boats.
Okay.
What people don't realize is tournament anglers on a national level are 1 boat per year marinas. It's our job. That's what we get paid by our boat company. My boat company is Phoenix.
Okay.
They expect me to turn a boat over each year. They give me a better price on my boat when I buy it. And then my job is to make sure I turn that boat over, and then I turn around and get a new Phoenix for the upcoming season. It's nice, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like being in a new Phoenix every year, I really do. But my job is to sell that boat. And there have been times with either other boat companies or situations where I could be in a situation where I've got my new boat here and I've got my last year's boat in the barn behind here because I haven't found somebody to buy it yet.
What do you do if you can't
Now
sell your boat?
all of a sudden that's not so nice a deal, because now I've got a situation where the money I need to get out of that original boat, I don't have it yet. And so I gotta go to the bank and figure it out. It can be a problem. Fortunately, since I've been running Phoenixes, I haven't had that problem, because Phoenixes are in great demand. They're a great boat. It's a boat. I'm telling you, I had this boat sold within a week of finishing my last tournament, and that's because there were people that were literally calling me halfway through the season saying, "Man, are you going to sell your Phoenix? We'd love to get into it." So
Phoenix approves this message. But let's just say, can you just say, hey, I've decided this year I'm just not going to sell it. I like this boat. I'm just going to keep it, and I'm just going to use it again for the upcoming year tournaments?
You can do that. And I'm going to, one story that I had that created that situation during COVID, or right after COVID, because plants were shut down and things like that. I was able to get a new Phoenix if I wanted it, but I couldn't get a motor for it because of the backlog at Mercury. And so we were told, listen, if you get a new boat, you're not going to have a motor for it. So I ended up keeping that Phoenix for 2 years
Okay.
rather than trading it in, and went to Phoenix and said, hey, I can't do my job this year because I can't put a new, and they were understanding of it. Obviously, everybody was understanding during COVID, but
Right.
that did happen during that year. What the problem is though, is that as a tournament angler, we put a lot of, you know, time and wear and tear on, and 9 months, that's one thing. But 2 years, that's something else. And so I had that boat for 2 years. And so what happens is, it's a little bit, at that point, the price that you're able to get for a 2-year-old boat, the value goes down kind of significantly, which makes it harder when you get that new boat. So this is all pretty much figured out, and the sweet spot is get your new Phoenix, run it for 9 months, tournament season's over, hopefully you got somebody who's ready to go, and hopefully you got an empty spot in the garage, and now we're waiting for the new Phoenix that's been ordered, and it'll be here in a couple of months, and we'll get going on the new Phoenix.
All right. Okay.
I hope you enjoyed that. Hope it was informative. You know, there's a lot of people who are out there saying, well, it must be nice to get a new boat every year. There's some misconceptions about that, and I think we're going to do another video coming up about some other misconceptions related to tournament angling, and we think that one will be good too.
Yep.
We always like you to like the channel, subscribe, and ask any questions. We love it if you guys can participate and, you know, interact with us, ask those questions, right?
Add some comments, maybe say you guys are full of it, it would be amazing to get a new boat every year, and just let us know.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.